Alrighty, good morning everyone. Let's see, 7:45. Got a little bit till the next set of news comes in, so we're gonna do an update. I got a few things to put out. Give me a minute while I get everything ready. Need to put out a file. Other than that, so far news has gone okay for the day. I'm still in profit. First set made what 11 pips. Second set duds. You little pepperstone bastards are still beating me though. And give me a minute. I'm just waiting for Dropbox to load up, and then I gotta put a file in there, and then I'll link it in the video description. Alright, so if you're in the signals group, wait for that to update. Copy link. Okay, so if yeah. Okay, so if you're in the signals group, guys, you need to update your file. FX Blue had a DLL update, and yesterday I was pushing out signals all day, but I got the strange feeling nobody got any because the DLLs didn't match up. So look in the description. There is a link there to Dropbox. That is the updated receiver file. That will get everything running. I tested it out this morning with one person, and it worked just fine. Sorry, I'm drinking my water. Other than that, let's see. Let's get to the important things. Please don't take it as I'm being rude when I say this, but I only have about 50% of the people who signed up for the signals groups. I have less than 50% of usernames. I would like to get the usernames in there. I don't know how to say this. You paid for it, use it. If I can get confirmed that everyone is up and running by tomorrow, then we'll launch on Monday. I will delay once, and I'm going to say this because it's not fair to the other people that have already done what they're supposed to do, got everything and signed up. I will delay launch once to make sure everyone's up there because the DLL file was unexpected, but there will only be one delay, guys. I'm going to do every attempt I can to get everyone in this. If you're in the signals group, I have your email address. You're going to get an email today. If I don't have your username, you're going to get one email from me. You're going to get another one from FX Blue saying, I need your username. Again, guys, let me repeat. I am not going to hold off launching. I will delay it a little bit one time, but it's not fair to everyone else, and I will only do it once. So let's put it bluntly, if you don't get your shit in order, sorry, you'll miss out on the launch. That will also count into your 30 days of service that you paid for. So, basically, not being a dick, but oh well, I can't punish everybody because not a few people. If it wasn't 50% of the people, I would already say we're launching on Monday, but I'm really worried because I have less than 50% of the people's usernames that signed up. And y'all are, the majority of you, I think 10% are outside of this group, and 90% of you are in the group. So you have access to me. There should be no excuse. But again, because of the DLL issue, I need to make sure everyone is on the right version. Once everyone's on the right version, we launch Monday. I'm still set. Tomorrow will be the final word on it. I am going to blast the shit out of everybody today with emails trying to get people to get their usernames into me. Again, I will delay once if I have to because it's more than 50%, but if we come up to 70% of the people tomorrow, we're launching on Monday. I'm sorry, it's not fair to everyone else. As it stands, though, I don't know what the problem is, why people aren't sending in usernames. You just register at FX Blue, send me your username so I can add it into the receiver list so you can receive the signals. I'll be nice, like I said, if we're not at like 70% tomorrow, I'll be nice, delay it for a little bit, but I am only going to do it once, and then tough luck to y'all. Don't get pissed, and I apologize to the people that did do what they were supposed to. I'm trying to be nice about it, but I'm only going to do it once. Let's just keep it at that. Okay, so moving on. As you can see, my name up here is bryanmacdemo. We have today and tomorrow still if everything goes good. If you want to connect to this, let me know and send me your username. That way I can put you on the demo. All this is for is so that you can test out your settings and make sure, since you're controlling your trade size, that the trade size is appropriate to you. I'm going to be running an EA that will push out trades on Euro USD. So you will get trades right after the oil news. I'm turning that on, and trades will be pumped out from now until tomorrow at market close. So that way you can test, make adjustments, play around. It'll be pushing trades out. Let's see, what else? I had a question about the news EA. There are different versions of it out there. Reason being, this is my forex.com demo account that I've been playing with and actually been pretty impressed with them. But the reason being is, let's say there is... Here, let's just close this, and close this. Okay, so the reason we have three different names is, let's say Euro USD has 3 news releases in one day. One at 3 in the morning, one at 5 in the morning, and one at 7:30 in the morning. What you'd want to do is use each one. So for the first one, you could use the one without a number for the 3. For the second one, you could use the 5 o'clock, and for the third one, you could use the 7 o'clock. Now, so how does that help you? Well, you can do a couple things with the EA. So let's go ahead and open up one, and I think that'll be sufficient to show. But open offline, Euro USD Pro, M79. So we open it up. Here's our chart. And so we do our template, Renko News, and we can see it's the one without a number on it. If you go into the settings, down here, on the trade log, you could name it the news item. So let's say it is FOMC, and you could even put 3 o'clock on there. You can give it a name, and that way you know which one it is. I mean, you're going to know by the timestamp on it, but you can also do the trade log, and it will create this name on the log. So it makes it easier for you to go for your log files and match it up to which trade was which. That's why I have different ones. The other reason is if this one has this name, and we're running it across 3 pairs, when this one fires, then the other 2 die off. The EA turns itself off after news. So what happens is, if you have this one on the same pair 3 times, this turns off, and so the other 2 also deactivate. So that fixed the problem with running the same pair with multiple trades in a day. Any questions on that? I know, Nick, you had a question. I just want to make sure it's absolutely clear how to use it. Again, you can use the trade log, put in your own name, and it will add it to the name on the in the log file. Here, I'll show you real quick. Let's see, it's 8:52, so let's do a trade for, here, let's load, 8:30. Cool, Nick. I just wanted to make sure. 8:52, let's see if it'll pick up at 8:53. I don't think it will, because, okay, there we go. So it's going to create the trade, and I'll show you the log file here. I just forced it to set up a trade. And then I'll show you the log file, what I was talking about by the description I put in there. Okay, done. So let's go to File, Open Data Folder, MQL, and Files. Now, if we look, see how it says FOMC 300? Pretty easy to identify that this one here was this one here. And if you forget, you can just go, hey, what the fuck was this one? And you can go down and look. This one says CBCC. Oh, no. Oh, because I loaded up, sorry, I loaded a template. So that's what I had named that one for some reason. But if we look in that log file, then we'll see CBCC right there. So I had created an FOMC, there it was, but when I loaded up the template, it says CBCC. I think it was consumer or something. I don't remember. But you get the point. You can rename these to match up for easier identification of the log files. You use the numbers to identify, you use the numbers to set up multiple trades on the same pair in the same day. Other than that, guys, what do we got coming up today? NFP tomorrow. Please ask in chat about the settings for it. Oh, god damn. This new coffee I bought's giving me heartburn really bad. I'll grab a Tums real quick. Robin's a good one to go to if you want to know Pepperstone settings for NFP. For me, I'm eating a Tums. Sorry. My daughter had me stressed out the other day. Okay. NFP. I'm sorry. NFP is highly volatile. We've had something unprecedented is we've seen 2 duds in a row for the last 2 months. I highly doubt we're going to see a third dud. I really hope we don't, because missing NFP takes a big chunk out of our profit. I'm trying to wash down that Tums. Okay, so one of the big things on NFP, yes, it can provide you with a lot of pips, but we do not want to get too greedy on it. If you do with too tight a straddle, you're going to pop before the trade and you're going to lose a shit ton of money instead of making money. Now, it's not 100% given you're going to make money on NFP. If we get a crazy NFP that the spread goes apeshit on it, yes, we do take a loss, but the EA will keep that loss minimalized. But the spread can hurt you. If we get an apeshit spread of like 30 pips, this is just an example, the trade may move up and then move down, but then we already have a 30 pip spread, and it's going to affect that close size. It's going to put a dent in. I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm saying be prepared. Don't go over aggressive. This 5 pip straddle, 4.5 pip straddle on an NFP will burn your account. Get with Robin. You can ask in chat right now, Robin, what do you use on Pepperstone for it? And he'll give you it. For forex.com, depending on the pair, I'm running EU and UJ. And I'm going to be running probably a 10 to 12 pip straddle. I'm going to read a little bit up on the news, see if it's looking like it's going to move. If there's nothing out there that's saying, oh, this is huge and pending, I'll probably run a 10 or 11 pip straddle. I will announce tomorrow what I'm going to run in the morning. I'm also going to be looking at the spread and see if it's bouncing all over the place. If it is, then I bump up to a 12 pip straddle. I know that sounds kind of weird, but NFP is a big one where I don't let it just auto trade. I prefer to be sitting in front of the computer when NFP pops, solely for the reason is I like to watch the spread as it leads up to NFP, because sometimes even an hour before, spread's right here, we will see spread going a little bit apeshit. If I see spread going apeshit an hour before, I know I want to make my straddle a little bit bigger. Other than that, normal trading for the rest of the week. Again, guys, please, you're going to get, if you're in the Signals group, you're going to get emails today from me saying, give me your damn username. Please do it. Don't screw your buddy. I don't want to delay the launch, but as we're sitting, we're below 50% on FX Blue usernames. Please don't be a buddy fucker. Get them into me before tomorrow so we can launch on Monday. You're going to get an email with this video in it. You're going to get an email from FX Blue. I'm going to put it in Slack. I'm going to set it as a reminder in Slack, so if you even just jump into Slack, I'm going to pin it, so you have to see it. I need everyone to get their usernames in. If we can get up to 60, 70%, then we'll launch just fine, but I don't want everyone to get fucked, but it is screwing your buddy by not getting that in. So please, let's try and get that in. Again, look in the description. You'll need to reinstall. This is an exe file. All you have to do is... boop, boop, boop. Let's go ahead and show it real quick since I haven't yet. What did I do with it? Son of a bitch. It's in the Dropbox file. Okay, so let's do it from there. Okay, so this is it right here. I'm going to do copy. And we'll do paste. Okay, so all you have to do is double click it. It's going to open up. You hit yes. This will update your DLL file to the correct version. You hit I agree. Next, it's going to ask you for the MT4 that you're using. If you need help on this step, this is why I'm a little bit worried too. Pick the, for instance, where is it? FXCM. See, I have Pepperstone, I have MetaTrader, Pepperstone, Trader's Way, Forex. If you do not see your MetaTrader install here, just find MetaTrader and go to it. If you need help with this, please let me know. If you're not sure, install it on all the fuckers you have on your there. My cat's screaming outside the window, sorry. Install it, and then if you have MT4 open, just close MT4, reopen it, and the receiver will be there. You'll know that it's not working if you go to Tools. If you go to here, Terminal, Control-T, and you go to Experts, you will see a little exclamation point. And Robin asks if I'm discussing. Okay, well, Robin put a message in there here. So let's do it. I'll cover it in video. Okay, so Robin put up here I just looked at my spreadsheet and the highest spread was 18 pips, so I guess I'd have to go with that number as the straddle size. I personally would disagree with that. What we need to look for is right about the launch spread. What do I mean by launch spread? I mean the spread right when the trade would be popped. So at the 0-0 mark, even if it is 18 pips, that is way too large. I would say for Pepperstone, maybe a 10 pip straddle would be okay. The same as I'm going to use on what's it called? On a FXC. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought reading it. The 18 pips, that's just, remember, that's only going to be for a split second. So that 18 pip spread, we can get through it. Since the EA is no longer watching that spread, we can let it push through that. And then, since NFP is going to run for more than a minute, here, let me see if I can... Since NFP is going to run for more than a minute, so let's say here it is. This is our, I'm going to try and explain it again. Okay, so this is our entry trade, and if we get an 18 pip spread, the trade pops open, but we have 18 pip spread here, and then by the time price gets up to here, the spread should have calmed down to 2 to 5 pips, maybe. So I would definitely not go with an 18 pip spread. I think that is way, way, way too big. I'm not even going to go that big on FXCM. Remember, we're worried about the spread right when the trade hits, but we're more worried about the trade, as long as we catch the right direction, which it should, we're more worried about the spread down the line in this area right here. Now, if we have an 18 pip straddle, you might not even fire on that. When I first started, I did like a 15 pip spread, and I wasn't catching NFP at all. And that was on FX, not FXCM, Trader's Way, and they had a lower spread than Pepperstone at the time. Now they're just shit. But anyway, I would definitely not go with an 18 pip straddle. I would Pepperstone. I would look at your class settings and see what worked for you and stick with that. Don't worry so much about the spread on NFP. On a normal trade, yes, we do, but on NFP, we know typically we've seen duds, or it's going to be an explosive movement up. So we want to be able to catch the beginning of that movement and let it run up. Because I mean, not typically, but we might get you might get 30 of these up. That's a 60 pip run, and then it's going to drop. By then, the spread should have calmed down enough that that exit doesn't take a big chunk out of our trade. Like today, the issue I had with FXCM was, here's my entry. Let's say here the trade stopped, but my spread was still at almost 9 pips here. So that took me all the way down to 2, 4, 6, 8. That took my exit. This candle's exit was actually, because of the spread, all the way down here. So even though price moved up nicely, FXCM spread never calmed down. I mean, it was only a 3 or 4 second trade, so that could explain why too. But at this point, I was still looking at a 9 pip spread, so it put my exit down here instead of here. Now, it would have been worse using the old way, because as we can see, this would have closed the trade. And then even running a, what is this to here? Even running a 3 or 4 pip spread, I would have still gotten about the same. I would have, even with a better spread, which I don't see happening, I still would have gotten exited out here. But if I still had a 7 to 9 pip spread, that would have put me into a loss. So remember, basically what we're doing is we want the spread tight enough to get us a good entry, and then we're counting on the spread to normalize or to drop down as the trade progresses. So we want to be able to get an early entry. In NFP, yes, it's a bigger straddle, but we don't want to go apeshit with an 18 pip straddle. That would just be insanely too large. Okay, so to sum it up, if you're one of those people that cuts to the end of the video, get your freaking FX Blue username to me. Install the new file to update your DLL. The reason you'll know it's not working is right up here, it'll say waiting for first tick permanently. If it says waiting for first tick, that will correct it. It's the DLL file that's not functioning. After oil news, I'm turning on this one. It's bryanmacdemo. If you want to be connected to it to test out your settings, all you need is a demo account. Do not do this on a live account. Again, this is an EA that I'm going to have running just to pump out some trades so that you can see win and loss, what your settings are going to give you. So again, demo account only. It takes 10 freaking seconds to set one up. Add me where it says channel. Mine says username. Oh, shit, I just showed my password. I'll have to get that out of there. I'll change my password in a little bit now. You can sign up this way. Okay? Just say I want to get on the demo so I can make sure my settings are good. For your channel name, I believe, bryanmacdemo. Let's double check on it. Expert advisors, receiver. Yes. Yes, the channel name, you're going to type in bryanmacdemo. I'll put it in the description below. So if you're watching this, check the video description. Send me your FX Blue username, and from now until Friday at market close, well, I'll be turning it off for news. But actually, I'm just going to let it run, so make sure you're just on a demo account. I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to get some trades in. This is just demo. It's just to make sure that your settings are going to work. So you'll have some wins, you'll have some losses. You can look at your settings and make sure that your money management is appropriate for your account balance. I want to make sure nobody gets, how would you say it, fucked. Other than that, if there's questions, guys, please email me, Slack. I'll even leave Skype open if you still haven't converted over. Who emailed me? Joe, this one was for you because you did have the waiting for first chart tick. That means the DLL file was outdated. So just follow the setup and you'll be up and running. Anyone else waiting for first tick, that will fix it. It's a DLL error. They updated their file. So that sums it up for today. We got news in a bit. NFP tomorrow. I will probably put out an email too reminding about I can't freaking talk. About NFP tomorrow. Again, we got ISM non-manufacturing. By the forecast, I don't see it moving much, but the forecast is never freaking right. I mean, 263, forecast was 262, and it was 235. It still didn't move that much, you little pecker. But either way. Then crude oil. Again, Pepperstone guys, go ape shit. FXCM, just be careful on it. And I'm testing forex.com on it. US CAD only. This one I'll be doing Euro USD and UJ Live. Demo I'll be doing USD CAD. Since you little bastards are playing with GBP USD, I'll throw it in. And then my normals Euro and UJ on forex.com. It is still, as an update, it is still looking like in February I'll probably flip over to forex.com. It's straight out performing. FXCM. It's bringing me more into line with the Pepperstone trades. Y'all are still beating me, but at least you're not beating me by double. And that sums it up for today. I didn't see any questions come in. I will maybe, if I get bored this afternoon, we'll do a late NFP update again. I'll probably just do it in Slack though. And I'll set up a reminder of settings to use a bigger straddle. Last month we did have a few people use like a 5-6 pip straddle. It was their first month though, so I mean it's a good way to learn. They were on demo, no harm, no foul. They learned. They know this month to use a bigger straddle. That's about it, guys. Enjoy. I will post this one up and email it out to everyone. Again, if you're in the Signals group, get your freaking username to me. I'm still sitting below 50%. Please, please, please don't screw your buddy. Alright guys, enjoy, and I'll talk to you later.